What is up, everyone? Welcome to Body Code Games. I am Cody, so today we're going to be working on Besotted. So this will be another devlog. We're going to finish up a cutscene. I've been working on this all weekend. We're going to do the last bit of the cutscene. So, to get an idea for those that are in RPG developer blocking, this is what a scene could look like. As you can see there, you're probably wondering, like, why do I have so many of the same characters? And if you look, the cameras are pointed everywhere. So it's like pretty much different scenes. So we have them here as well. We got cameras pointed down there. So let me just run y'all through so you can get an idea of what, cinematics go into game development. And that way you'll get a better understanding of, like, why do I have so many of the same characters? So this is pretty neat for y'all to get to see behind the scenes. Let me turn the volume down. I'm not gonna make it to where you can read the dialogue. That's just too much. Because I think this cutscene may already be at the 5-minute mark. Let's see. As you can see, the camera zooms in, goes to her. She's finding the main characters, wondering where they're at. And that's the bar scene, is what I call it. They're at the bar. He's drinking. Our other character's drinking hot chocolate. So, just gonna skip over this so you don't have to read. Kind of cup over here looks like it's floating, don't it? Then he's playing the piano. I let it go for like 10 seconds so people can hear the music for the piano, which is really nice. Nice effect. They're getting this scene right here. They're getting very intimate. Not intimate. Close. They're bonding. She lost her mother. She was killed, and her mother saved his life when he was king. So she never met him. You'll have to play the game to understand it, but she lost her mom a couple days prior to this scene. She's still taking it in, and she's asking him, the other character, Korlak, which he used to be king of Besotted, and he was dethroned by her father. Her father killed her mother. And they're trying to, I guess, bond a little bit, and she's wondering, they're talking about the afterlife and, that kind of stuff. So that's why it's a good portion of the story, where you get a better understanding on the characters, where they bond with each other, which I think makes a wonderful video game. It doesn't have to be a JRPG. When you have these bonding moments in video games, seeing them spill out, how they feel, it makes you feel closer to the characters. And that's kind of the aim I'm going for with Besotted. I want you to fall in love with the character and the backstories, where they came from, and kind of how they are together as a team. So there's a lot of cutscenes with that in this game. Kind of like Final Fantasy 7, Final Fantasy 9. I love their characters. I love Scarlet Nexus, their characters, the way they interacted with each other. Love that game. And I don't want to spoil it, but if you haven't played Scarlet Nexus, the ending of it made me tear up, gave me goosebumps, kind of like the Avengers Endgame. It was that good. And that's what I would like to do in this one, to where you can feel emotion when playing this game, and you feel some of these characters' pain. So yeah, this is pretty much what the cutscene is. They're kind of getting closer together, because this is still at the beginning of the game. This is maybe 4 hours into the game, maybe 5 hours in the game is when you'll see this cutscene. So this is it so far. A lot of dialogue. She was asking him a question. He was playing the piano, that's why it shook. Screen back to normal. They're talking about, hey, it's getting late. Let's go to bed. He's like, yeah, let's go. As you can see, the characters are walking. That's why I have so many cameras and cinematics in this scene. He's walking. Then they'll zoom in again. Walk past the clock. They're heading to bed, heading toward their bedroom. Yeah. Beautiful. And there they are. This is the bed scene. As you can see them all sleeping. It's going to zoom in and go to the smoke. And here, this is where we're cut off at. This is where I need to add. So they'll wake up. And when they wake up, they will go be right here. So we got to write the dialogue. A helpful tool, guys. I know a lot of y'all hate on AI, but ChatGPT, it makes sure you can type in your paragraph that you want your video game to say, and that way you don't have to spell check it. Obviously, you want to look at it, but I've never had a problem. You know, you can do another spell check system. I'll just use ChatGPT. It's easy and it's free, and you know, it's what I use. I just keep it open. I'll type in the dialogue for my character, then I'll say, hey, make this like sound better, sound correct, you know, without any errors. And I usually do it, you know, short and sweet. That way I don't have to keep writing every time I write. So I'm like, hey, I'll say, make this sound whatever better. And I'll write dialogue for my character there and just copy and paste it because it's so much easier. Because when I first started, I didn't think about using an AI tool because I'll have to copy and paste everything I write in here and then paste it in the spelling, make sure spelling's right. But I just write it out in ChatGPT and the spelling will be right. I'll just say, make sure this is spelled correct. And they'll send it back to me. And I like it. So, they're there in the scene. And we'll have to make a couple event switches. Let's choose the camera angle. I'm trying to figure out how I want to go about this. As you can see, this is Cold Crest Inn. All these different scenes for everything we just seen. It's the bed scene, the piano scene, when they're talking together about the mom, the walking past the clock scene. So as you can see, this is a camera tool. We're going to add another one. What's this one? Okay, that's the beginning. Hold on. Yeah, it's the beginning of the game. Sorry. Alright, so now we're going to add us another camera. We're going to call this, we'll just call it closing because this will close out the cutscene. Hit OK. We're going to want to go to gazing target. It says player mode. Do not want that. We just want it to be none. That way it only focuses on where I want the camera to be. Since we have so many scenes, majority of these characters will disappear after they play their scene. But just to be on the safe side, we're going to point the camera away from everybody. That way we don't have to change nothing if something goes wrong. Guess. Let's zoom in. Could put a picture on there. The vase looks a little big, don't it? Alright, we're going to hit OK. I think that's good enough. I'm going to change it to where the characters are looking at me, at the camera. Kind of move them. Then I guess maybe we can have him. Let's see how that looks. Huh. That looks fun. Maybe I'll move. I'll zoom in a little closer. That's fine by me. Face looks really big for some reason, that angle. That is a little big. I guess I can make it smaller. It's 1.4. I added it bigger for some reason. Don't know why. That's better. Let's see how that looks. So, that's better. Trying to think. Yeah, that's good enough. That is good. Oh, what did I just do? Alright. But I hope everyone is doing okay today, having a wonderful day right now. Depends when you're watching this. It's Sunday, August the 11th. Alright. Now we got to create an event switch. We'll go with Venica's custom event. Add sheet condition, event switch. We're going to hit automatically only once. So we're going to add a whole different one. We're going to do cold crest in closing scene. And once it's turned on, that's going to have this event kick on. So what we will do, I know we changed our camera angle, so not camera, but our rendering settings. So we're going to want to go back to the original rendering settings. And we'll hit, I think it was night. Yeah, it was night. Alright. I'm trying to think here. Okay, I got to change something real quick. For this one. Alright, bedtime. We're going to brighten or darken screen. That way it'll go on to the next event. After that gets done, we're going to turn switch on. Alright, so we had a pretty productive weekend here in for Besotted for game development. I did push out one tutorial for RPG developer Bakin. It's been a good weekend. I got a lot done in the game this week. I'm this much closer to completing the game. I really hate that I waited so long to do devlogs because I should have done it, on the more, I guess, cool, more fun stuff, like creating the towns and the map settings. And I wasn't thinking, and I was watching other game developers, and it's good to have devlogs, get people interested, and just to see how you create your game. I love watching other game devs create their own game, and it's just cool to see the finished product. Okay, we turn that on. That's correct. I'm gonna hit OK. And once that's turned on, we will go to him. Change the camera scene. Camera playback. We're going to choose the camera we created, the closing one. Yeah. And then we'll go back to our screen effects because it's still darkened. So we're going to brighten the screen. That way it's visible for the player. And good. And now we're going to start on a dialogue. So what I'm going to try to do for them, when you're playing the game, you're wondering where you're going next. You're going to the ice caves toward it's toward the west of Cold Crest, which is the city, and we're going to do more talking about where are we going after that. And there's another town further down called Redstone, and that's where they're heading for. Display conversation. So we're just going to start out. They just woke up. Everyone will say, oh, I slept so good today. All right. We'll have Venicus start this off. Alrighty. So we'll do our little chat GBT and make it spell better. Let's see. Boy, that was a wonderful, or that's kind of weird. I had a great night's sleep. And you can just type and misspell it and it's going to correct it. That way, it's so much easier. I had a wonderful, restful night's sleep. Correct. Alright. Paste that in there. See, alright. And we're just going to keep doing this, guys. This time we'll have Freya, which is the girl character. She'll speak next, and Freya. It's just crazy to see how far I've came with this game already. It's just crazy to think every game dev's journey, it all starts with something in your head. And to be able to see all this on paper, or not paper, but here, it's very overwhelming. And, I remember on my computer, on my notes section, some other laptop, I was writing out the story. And like the characters, what their name are, what they look like, and the enemies and the villains, what they look like. And, I'm like, I want this one girl kind of reddish, kind of brownish hair, with the, what do you call them? The braids. And it's just crazy seeing that here she is, in the flesh. So she's going to say she slept a few more hours. Just saying how good everyone slept. And now we're going to do Corlac saying, oh, I had a good one too. And he'll kind of start it off of like, hey, we need to do this and this and that. We got to get ready, because they're all wanted right now by the king. But the people of Besotted are all with them. So it's not like they'll turn them in. Let's see. And maybe at the end of this devlog, if y'all are still watching, I'll play the whole cutscene for you. And even read it out too. So you ain't kidding. And we'll have we'll go back. We'll go to Freya. No, we'll do Vinicus. Say this. Vinicus. Yeah. Alrighty. So, Corlac, what is our plan after we go through the ice caves? And he's going to tell them about Redstone, which is going to be good. All right. I feel like, especially being a game developer, this is so much better. I have so much fun. I get as much joy creating video games than I do playing them. And I don't know if you know any about my past. If you watched my story, I've had a rough life. And I wish I would have kept on the path I am now back then. Because it's like, if you have a kids or something, this wouldn't be a bad hobby to put them toward, to let them release their, creative thoughts, and something like this. It's way better than wasting your teens away drinking, drugging, and this is fun. And who knows, maybe your kids could make money from it, have a good time doing this, and it keeps the kids out of trouble. Be too much. There is an old rusty town called Redstone. Place to get our bearings in order. We will be almost halfway. Perfect. And there's also I've seen someone come up on my YouTube feeds, and she's like, "Hey, I want to start making video games." And she's like, "Where do I start?" And there's so many places to start. There's so many video tutorials on a lot of game engines. For one, I do for my coding, I'm learning Python, and I'm taking a class on, what is it, Zenva? Hold on. Let me find it. And it's so cheap too. You can get a class for $10, and depends which one. Zenva Academy. I'll show y'all. I want to do game dev and kind of show you where I do some learning. Janus, I have courses there. Eldamar. Let's see. What's this one? It's Blender. We'll go to Zenva, but all these are super useful. These are the courses here. Are these the ones I own? No, it's not. These are new. So as you can see, there's Game Maker, Unity. Build a complete arcade game in Game Maker. When did they get Game Maker on here? It's pretty cool. But as you can see, Summer Sale, get 60% off your first year. You can do something where you just pay yearly, and you can do as many courses as you want. Let's see. It has a total of 395 courses. But I got these fairly cheap. Sometimes you'll see them for like 50% off. You can do a subscription. Let's see. For those wanting to learn game development on a budget, if YouTube's got a lot too. Let's see. Let's make sure it doesn't give away with anything. I already got I already got one. It should have saved me in here. I don't want that. Okay. Oh, that's a lifetime access. So imagine $500 for a lifetime access to this website, and they had over 300 courses. I mean, it's just you can do it cheap. They have courses on Unreal, Unity, and now Game Maker, which I don't remember them having Game Maker, but that's pretty neat, ain't it? They have Blender courses. I mean, 500 is a steal. I didn't even know they had a lifetime course. But you can also do yearly plan. Let's see what that is. $80 a year. And if you had nothing else to do, I mean, you can knock out these courses. And they are good. Very informative. They have teachers. I believe some of them you can email some of the teachers. Let's look at my courses. See the ones I purchased. I have Unreal, create a platform or game in Unreal. I mean, these are a huge tool if you're super serious about getting into game development and you're working with a budget here. I mean, look at this. Obviously, you would like to, like, YouTube. I get a lot of my information on YouTube. Sometimes you don't even need to do this. You can watch Bracky. I believe all his stuff is free. But when you learn, you want to keep learning. That's how I am. I want to learn everything. And right now I'm doing Python. So all these I want to learn. I love learning, and to help you get better at your craft, because after I do this and I want to hop into, I think I'm going to try for Unity, but Unreal is beautiful too. But I think I'm going to try Unity. I just need to get better at some coding before I hop into it. But just I love learning. This is very cheap, affordable. Now, I know probably if you're watching me, you probably heard of Thomas Brush. Love him to death, and I want to take his courses, and I'm working with a budget. If I had the money, I would hop in his class immediately, because I love Thomas Brush so much. I just love watching his videos, and he's super, super intelligent, but I want to do his course, and I looked, and I'm like, damn, I can't afford it. So I started looking around, because I still want to learn, so I ended up coming up across this. I know Udemy had some too. It's just like Udemy, but this is different. They're both about the same price, but if you're balling on a budget and you want to learn game development so much, so much. Roblox, I mean, Unity, build an action game in Unreal Engine. It's a 2.5 hour course. And it's really, really neat. And even though they may not seem like long, but it's enough information to pretty much get to where you want. So they have beginner, medium, intermediate, or whatever, and I believe expert. So they have part 1 of a course, part 2, and that way, beginner, beginner. All these are beginner because you want to start at the beginning before you go move progress. Can start the strategy game with Godot. Create your first 2D game in Unity, 2 hours long. They all range. This one's 52 minutes. Intro to, not sure what that is, Scene Machine and Timeline for Unity. Intro to coding with Python Turtle. That's 55 minutes. Super short, but it's the entry level. It pretty much talks about what it is. So this one, Intro to Game Development with Unity. That's a 3 hour and 7 minute course. Now, more than likely, it's going to take you longer to do that because some of these courses will do videos and then test you. So, I mean, obviously it says 3 hours. Maybe it's 3 hours with the videos. But then you'll have some reading to do, and they'll give you tests. They'll test you, too. I mean, it's good. 3 hours. I mean, you could probably find this for $10 compared to spending a couple $100. Let's see, make a puzzle game in Unreal if you're wanting. I mean, there's just so much you can learn. Intro to Godot. game development. Same thing with like Unity. They have that for Unreal. I don't think I have that. Develop a first-person shooter in Unreal Engine. I mean, look at this. Create a walking simulator. They have everything. Make a plain arcade game in Unreal, and they do step by step with you too. So when you're done with this course, you can build it. JavaScript, Python Turtle mini project, the complete introduction to C. Like that's 3 hours and 30 minutes. I mean, look at all these. These are just the ones I purchased. So I didn't get them for free, so I definitely am not like they're not paying me. But this is what I take, and I'm going to eventually complete all of them. I'm just doing pretty much the Python section. As you see, anything with Python, that's what I'm going to go through first. Yeah. But that's not the only one. We have more. Janet's is really good. Let's log into Janet's. Don't have my password saved. But we'll just look at the course. I don't want to type my password. I guess I could. It doesn't show my password, does it? Nope. Let's see. Can't remember what I bought off Janet's, but this one's more of a, I guess like a, let's see. Haven't completed none of them. What are my courses? Okay, Python, coding with Python, all Python. But they have a lot of stuff. I could have sworn I bought more. Guess not. But let's go back to game development. But just, if you're out there and you're wondering, how can I learn to game dev? I mean, YouTube, find an engine, find tutorials. That's why I'm doing like tutorials for RPG developer backing, because there's not many. And I'd like to teach it too, because when I first started messing with this program, there wasn't much information out there on it. So that's why I like to do tutorials, because, before you purchase something, because I believe this is a pretty pricey game. I think it's like $80-$70 or something to buy it. And that's just the base, it's expensive. So it's like you want to see people make games in it and see if it's worth that much money, because it's a lot of money. So, all right, where are we? I forgot what we're doing here. Once we navigate, okay. All right. So I try to want to keep these devlogs at least under an hour. Sometimes I get lost, of talking and just doing this. Time goes quick, so let me see how long we've been together. It's only 30 minutes. I record for like 15 more minutes, and that way I'll post it, because it takes a while posting longer things, so. So she's saying she's heard about Redstone. And there's another cutscene when we get a rest zone to where there's farm animals there, and the characters interact with the farm animals. So that's why I'm like saying it now, and that way you remember. Oh, Freya did say something. She wanted to interact with the farm animals. Because when we get a rest zone, there's a cutscene there to where Freya will get to like play or pet or just see the farm animals, and it's a cool little cutscene. And the player yourself will remember, oh, she did say something about she wanted to go see them. So it's like you'll have stuff connecting the dots of what the characters want to do, and they end up doing it, so you'll kind of see. I don't want to spoil too much of the game, and eventually some devlog will have to be I guess more pre-planned, because honestly I shouldn't even be showing you this, because if you do play the game you're going to kind of know what's happening. So eventually they will have to be kind of pre-planned of like to where I can just devlog and not show too much of the main story. Because a lot of people will do devlogs, of them building the game, and a lot of them don't spoil the story, and I'm kind of doing that. I want people to play it and be surprised with it, so eventually these devlogs will get more pre-planned and not show much of this. Alright, go back to Corlac. Yes. So, as you can see, Corlac, he likes to drink. He's an alcohol with a connoisseur. You'll see. I like him. I like Corlac. He's pretty much saying Redstone's, they're known for their adult beverages. It's like he was drinking here. Let's see, absolutely, Redstone's known. Bennett's going to say something smart. Alrighty, now we'll go to Corlac. Let's see, Bennicus. I feel like I hear a car outside of my house. Just make sure this is correct. We'll do a little smiley face after yeah, we'll display it on this event. Which one do we want? Do we have a drool one? And we'll wait to complete. We'll do Freya. Add an exit. Yes, let's roll out. That's what we're going to say. And that'll pretty much be it for this cutscene. Yes. Period. And we'll have Venicus say the same thing, yes. But he'll probably say, let's roll out. Yes. Just... Yeah, sometimes I forget to like the comment with the let's roll out, just to make sure it's correct. I've been playing Outlast a lot. The trials. So if you're watching this and you play Outlast, shoot a comment with your name so we can play together. And that'll be it. Let's just roll out. And we're going to... What are we doing here? We're going to teleport the party to the original inn. Which I think... it'll... Trying to think. We're going to see if it works together. We do need to teleport the player. I'm trying to think about the camera motion, if it'll automatically go to the camera that's supposed to be at. You know? Yeah, I think it is. Let's see. Pretty sure it'll change the camera. Change map. Go to our regular inn. That way we can see what it looks like. Perfect. And we'll leave them right there. Click OK. Hit OK. Okay. Let's make sure everything is correct here. And we'll play the whole scene together and I'll read it out. That way you can kind of see what's going on. Hopefully everything works out perfect. As you can see, that's my scene. To give you an idea of how long this how long this scene took me, from a game development point of view, obviously it'll take longer because you're having to write out the dialogue prior to building this scene or know what the characters are going to say, and that I don't really have a time frame to put, because the scene's already kind of built in my head and on my notes section in the computer. And sometimes, as you're working on the game, you'll add stuff here and there that you may not have thought would have been in the game. So just building just this scene, this is not including making the map, because building this inn right here, we're at an inn, by the way, guys. Took maybe an hour and a half to build the inn. And then not only that, there's a lot that goes into building scenes. So just because I'm building a scene, I'm just talking about building the scene, the cameras, everything. That took me, I want to say like 6 hours. And what did that take us just for adding this tiny, small section of dialogue? I believe that took us, where are we at? We're at 45 minutes, even though I did look on the internet for y'all. But, it takes some time building something like this to get everything right and then having to play test it. So let's play test it, shall we? Where is our main character? He's right there. Sorry. Let's see how it goes. And we'll kind of turn the volume up on this one so you can hear the music. And I'll read it out to you as well. I suppose this bed will... Please ignore when I pronounce stuff. I have a hard time pronouncing correctly. Suffice. Now I'm curious. Where did the boys wander off to? Maybe I should go track them down and see what they're up to. She's walking. Freya, one of our main characters. Here they are. They're the boys at the bar. There you two are. I had a hunch I'd find you both here at the bar. Vinicus and I decided to enjoy a drink together. If I recall correctly, they served some of the finest hot chocolate in all of Besotted. I opted for something a bit stronger myself. These old bones could use a little pick-me-up after all that traveling. Remember I told y'all he liked to drink? Haha, I don't blame you. If it weren't so late, I'd definitely enjoy a cup of hot chocolate. But drinking something this late would have me up all night running to the restroom. And I try to add like some funny stuff. Vinicus says, that happens to me quite a bit, too. I recall one time I was so exhausted that I ended up just giving in and going right there in the bed. And if you look at Freya and Korlak, they're both like, hold up, what? I meant butternut. Not me, yeah, butternut. That's what I meant to say. How did I end up mixing myself up with him? Ha ha ha. He's ashamed. And Korlak's cough, trying to, kill the mood. So Freya, Vinicus mentioned that he knows how to play the piano. Wait. No way, really? Vinicus says, yes, really. I learned to play while growing up. One of the workers at the orphanage I was raised in taught me at a young age. It's something I've come to love. It soothes me and helps me escape reality from time to time. Oh my gosh, that's incredible. And look, there's a piano right over there. You should definitely play something for us. Piano is one of my favorite instruments. I always get lost in the melodies. I suppose I could play a little something. But please bear with me. I'm a bit rusty. It's been a while since I last played. Oh, hush. I'm sure you haven't missed a beat. Here he is playing the piano. Hold on. Turn it up. I call this Last Ray of Sun. And this is where it kind of gets more backstory with Frey and Korlak. And it has nice, sad music playing in the background with emotion to it. And that's what I wanted to capture in Besotted in this cutscene, is the emotion of the characters of Freya losing her mother and Korlak losing the throne. And it should hit you right in the feels when you play the game. Because you got 4 or 5 hours leading up to this, and you'll learn more about the story. I hate even showing this to y'all, but let's carry on and read the rest of it. I can't believe how talented he is, Korlak. His music is so rich with emotion. It makes me think of my mom. I miss her so much, and it really stirs up a lot of memories. Do you believe that when we leave this world, there's something waiting for us beyond this life? Korlak says. Oh, absolutely. There's definitely something awaiting each of us beyond this life here on Besotted. Let me share a little secret with you. When your father nearly ended my life, I remember waking up and all I could see was a bright white light. And all I could hear were enchanting melodies buzzing all around me, filling my ears with their magic. As I came to and the bright white light began to fade, I remember seeing faces of loved ones who had passed away here on Besotted. Each one of them was smiling warmly at me. It filled me with joy to see the faces of past loved ones, and even some I had almost forgotten. But then a loud bang echoed through my ears, and my vision went black. I heard someone say, "It's not your time, Korlak. You must return. The world of Besotted needs you." When I awoke, I found myself face to face with your mother. Thank you so much, Korlak. Your words bring me a great deal of relief. I truly hope that when my time comes, I'll have the chance to be reunited with my mother. Don't worry, when the time comes, we'll all be reunited with our loved ones. Then it goes back to Vendigus playing the piano. I'm still amazed at how talented Vendigus is on the piano. Of everyone you could have ran into seeking help, I'm really glad you encountered him. He's truly a wonderful young man. I feel the same way, Korlak. My mom always kept me close to home and warned me to be cautious around boys, as many only had one thing on their minds. But I generally believe that if she were here today, she would approve of Vendigus. Korlak says, I agree. It's getting late. Perhaps we should call it a night and plan our hike to the ice caves for tomorrow morning. It sounds perfect. I could really use a good night's sleep. Vendigus! The screen shakes. He stops playing. Yes? It's getting late. While we'd both love to listen to you play all evening, I think it's best if we call it a night. We should try to get as much rest as possible for our hike to the ice caves tomorrow. Now that you mention it, my eyes are starting to feel a bit heavy. Then it's settled. Let's get some shut-eye. Walking away, Freya's next. Bam, perfectly executed. Here comes Korlak, right behind. Going by the clock. They're going to follow behind in sync. Perfect. Now they're sleeping in bed. Nobody's under the covers. Going in the smoke, and let's see if it works. There we go. This is what we wanted to see. And Freya's covered up, and that's okay. I had a wonderful, restful night's sleep. Yes, I did as well. To be honest, I could have easily slept a few more hours. You're not kidding, but I'm glad to be up. We've got a long day ahead of us. So, Korlak, what's our plan once we've made it through the ice caves? Once we've navigated the ice caves, we'll have a bit more distance to cover, though it shouldn't be too far. We'll pass through an old rusty town called Redstone. And wait till y'all see Redstone. It's an old western town, and that's why I call it a rusty town, which would be a great spot to get our bearings and regroup. When we reach Redstone, we'll be nearly halfway to Emperor Felix's castle. That sounds great. I've heard a lot about Redstone and have always wanted to visit. My mom mentioned that they have a variety of farm animals there, and I'm excited to see them for myself. Absolutely. Redstone is known for its diverse farm animals and lively atmosphere. It's a charming town with a lot to offer. Plus, they serve some of the finest adult beverages you'll ever taste. Your taste buds are in for a treat. Here comes Vendigus My lips are already tingling just thinking about it. See if, yep. See the smiley face. I like it. Looks good. Freya, that sounds fantastic. So both of you, are both of you ready to hit the road? Well, that's, hold on. So are both of you ready to hit the road? Or both of y'all? Might put y'all. So both of you ready to hit the road? Both of you. Yes. Yes, let's hit the road, Jack. And I didn't put Jack, but. And this is what it looks like without the cutscene. This is a regular inn. You know, there are people in here now. They all have their dialogue. Did I have him say anything? Yeah, I did. Welcome. Can I help you find something? I'm supposed to make him have hot chocolate, which I need to fix that. Thank you. Please come again. What did she say? I forgot. I was supposed to have a date here tonight, and I got stood up. I don't know why. It's because I'm not beautiful. What do you think? Do you think I'm beautiful? You can say yes or no. Choose. Say yes. Wow, thank you. You know, I wouldn't mind a little company tonight if you're game for it. She winks at him. Surprised. As promising as that sounds, I will have to decline, unfortunately. She's sad face. Let's see if he says, no, you're not beautiful. How dare you? Don't lie to me. I know you think I'm beautiful. It's written all over your face. Did I make him say something? Hey, don't forget to try out the hot chocolate here. It's the best in the world. But yes. Is there anyone in here? So, I guess that concludes our devlog today. I'm super happy with the outcome of this cutscene over the weekend. It took me all weekend. So happy for it. I can't wait for people to play it. Even if it doesn't do well, I'm going to be happy. I just want to make the best RPG that I think for myself. And that's what I'm doing. But thank y'all for watching. And we'll do another one a little bit during the week. I'm going to do more tutorials on RPG developer Bakin. Thank y'all for hanging and watching, and leave a comment, like, and subscribe. You know, let me know what you think of these. If you made it this far, comment below and just say, hey, I made it to the end, so I know people are actually watching the full thing. But yeah, y'all have a wonderful day, and enjoy life, and hope you get everything you always wanted. And until the next one, love you guys. And as I say that, I need to close out. Okay. Love y'all guys. Love you.